Hello friends, welcome to my channel Welding and NDT. Our today's topic is flux cored arc welding. In short, it is called as FCAW. So we'll learn about flux cored arc welding today. Before starting this topic, I would request you to please subscribe my channel. Subscribe my channel if you have not done yet, and also please like this video and share the video link with your friends and colleagues too. So friends, let's start the topic. So flux cored arc welding is essentially an arc welding process, and the required heat for welding is produced by an arc, and that arc is generated between a continuously feeding filler wire and the workpiece. So basically, between the filler wire and workpiece, this arc is generated, and this arc is sufficient enough to produce the required heat for welding. Here, the filler wire which is used in flux cored arc welding is of tubular type. Tubular type means it is hollow at the core. And in this hollow section, flux remains. I will show you the cross section of a tubular filler wire of a flux cored arc welding. Here, this is the hollow section, and in this hollow section, flux is present. The core is hollow, and in this area, flux is present, and this is our tubular filler wire. So, this is the filler wire which is used in flux cored arc welding. Hence, the name is also given flux cored. Means flux is present at the core of this filler wire. So essentially, there are two types of flux cored arc welding. There are two variants or two types. First one is self-shielded, which is also called as FCAWS, and the second one is gas shielded, FCAWG. Now friends, there is flux at the core, and this flux prevents the molten metal from external contamination. So there are two variants of flux cored arc welding. First one is FCAW-S. S is self-shielded. And the second one is G. G is gas shielded. So I'll explain the difference between these two. See, in self-shielded, FCAWS, in self-shielded variant, the shielding of molten weld pool is done by the flux which remains at the core. Flux which is at the core of the filler wire does the primary shielding, and shielding is required to prevent the molten weld pool from atmospheric contamination. Whereas in the gas shielded, there will be dual shielding, FCAWG. In the gas shielding, one primary shielding will be in the form of flux which is present at the core of the filler wire, and one secondary shielding will also be present, and that secondary shielding will be in the form of shielding gas which is supplied externally from a cylinder. So in gas shielded, two types of shielding is present. One primary which is flux at the core, and the second one is secondary which is an external gas, mostly inert or active CO2 like gas, which is supplied externally. So friends, one more thing I would like to tell you that FCAW is very much similar to GMAW. GMAW is MIG welding, MIG or MAG welding. So flux core arc welding is similar to GMAW because both the processes use a continuous feeding filler metal, The filler metal is continuously fed in both the material, MIG as well as FCAW. But the basic difference between these two is the composition of filler metal. As I told you earlier that in FCAW, tubular filler wire is used. Tubular filler wire in which flux is present at the core. Whereas in MIG welding or GMAW, solid filler wire is used. So this is one difference. And the second difference is the shielding. In MIG welding, always shielding gas is used. Whereas in FCAW, if it is a self-shielded variant, no shielding gas required, and if it is a gas shielded, then only shielding gas is used. So these are the two basic difference between FCAW and GMAW. Now I will show you the basic setup of FCAW. See, if our FCAW is gas shielded, then there will be on shielding gas, one power source, filler wire spool, feeding mechanism, lead and cable and lead for connection, workpiece, welding gun. So this is the basic setup of a FCAW. I will write it down and then I will explain one by one. So we require power source, then we require filler metal feeding mechanism, which will be able to feed the filler metal continuously. Then we require welding gun, then we need shielding gas. If it is a gas shielded FCAW, shielding gas, then welding cables and leads, and gas hoses. So these are the basic equipment required for FCAW. The power source is very much similar to MIG welding power source, and the filler metal feeding mechanism is also similar to MIG wire feeding mechanism. The gun is also very much similar to MIG wire gun, and it should be able to feed the filler wire, and it should be able to give a smooth passage of shielding gas like in MIG welding. So shielding gas and welding cables, these are required for FCAW. I'll once again show the basic setup diagram of FCAW. See here, we have shielding gas, we have power source. There will be two terminals of the power source. One terminal will be connected with the workpiece, other terminal will be connected with the welding gun. Here the other terminal is connected through to the welding gun through feeding mechanism, and there will be a filler wire spool which will rotate and continuously feed the filler wire. So this is a continuous process. Continuous welding will be done with the help of FCAW, like whatever we see in MIG welding, and there will be cable and lead to support the connections. One hose pipe will also be there for the passage of shielding gas. So this is the basic setup of FCAW. Now friends, we'll discuss briefly over the advantages and disadvantages or advantages and limitations of FCAW. What are the different advantages and limitations, or we can say the disadvantages or limitations of FCAW. See, FCAW produces high deposition rate and its productivity is also very high. So it is the main advantage is high deposition rate and higher productivity. The second advantage is it is suitable for all positions. Means we can do welding in overhead position, flat position, vertical position, horizontal position, whatever position we require, we can use FCAW. It is consistent with lesser welding defect. Chances of getting welding defect is less. Fourth one is high quality. It gives high quality work. Fifth one is it provides excellent penetration. Now the weld appearance. Weld appearance is also smooth, good. Appearance of the weld is good. And the seventh one is less distortion. You'll get less distortion in FCAW. So these are some of the advantages. Now we'll briefly discuss about the disadvantages. First and basic disadvantages is it is useful for ferrous and nickel based metals. Ferrous and nickel based metal, it is limited to only ferrous and nickel based alloy welding. The second is due to the presence of flux at the core, it gives slag on the cover of the weld metal. So slag needs to be removed. The third disadvantage is costlier equipment. The equipment is quite costlier. And it is also complex if we compare SMAW. The fourth disadvantage is it produces more smoke and fumes. And last disadvantage is the filler metal cost. Filler metal cost is also high if we compare MIG welding. So friends, these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of FCAW. I hope you like this video. Thank you very much.